City News is brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation. Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News, over 130 people turned out to hear the statement of intent from the Inner City Focus Group. New rules around car seat use came into effect today, and Sport Bay of Plenty announces the latest recipients of their Thank a Sportmaker award. The Inner City Focus Group, along with Mayor Steve Chadwick and Council CEO Jeff Williams, met with stakeholders, businesses and the retail sector to release their statement of intent. The combined meeting of over 130 people were told that the intent is to reclaim and revitalise the inner city through a strong, focused voice. One of the priorities outlined was the establishment of a database of all inner city stakeholders who subscribe to the philosophy. Initial issues outlined at the meeting were around safety, parking and traffic flow. However, first on the agenda for the Inner City Focus Group is to make contact with all local and regional bodies, as well as Grow Rotorua and the Chamber of Commerce. From today, car seat or booster seats are mandatory for children travelling in a motor vehicle until their 7th birthday. Drivers who don't comply could face an infringement fee of $150 or a fine of anywhere up to $1,000. Plunket Car Seat Services Manager Sandy Waugh says about 5 children are killed or injured every week in road accidents in New Zealand. She says the age increase from 5 years old aligns New Zealand with the rules of Australia and Japan.
It has been proven that up until 148 centimetres tall, a child is not big enough to fit an adult safety belt safely.
Because that would be more dangerous than anything, wouldn't it, basically, if it's not fitting properly and they're involved in an incident?
Absolutely. What happens basically is they get the shoulder belt virtually cuts their head off, or can do, if they slide out underneath the safety belt, and the lap part of the safety belt sits on the soft tissue on their tummy, so if in a sudden stop situation that'll just dig straight into their tummy.
And they're obviously, at a government level, they've obviously thought about that in the sense that it isn't working, so they've brought in this new, the new concept basically.
Absolutely, and we're actually dragging our boots, if you like, really? Compared to other parts of the world. In England, for instance, that children have to remain in booster seats until they're 12 years old.
Veteran broadcaster and author Max Cryer is in town on Monday to launch his new book at the Rotorua District Library. Library Promotions Manager Sue Hecky says his book is called Every Dog Has Its Day and is a collection of historical facts and eccentricities of language that will delight all dog lovers. Ms Hecky says the book launches from 10:30 a.m. on Monday and is a free library event. Sounds like a good one. In sport tonight, Sport Bay of Plenty have announced the latest recipients of a Thank a Sportmaker award. The awards are a partnership with Lotto Volunteer Foundation and Sport New Zealand that sees the Bay of Plenty sharing in over $1 million worth of clothing, quality clothing and sports gear, which is awarded to sportmakers throughout New Zealand. Taking the Central Bay Award for Rotorua is Otonga School hockey organiser Nikki Monson. Congratulations. And a big congratulations to all our sporting volunteers. To your weather now, and the forecast for tonight is for showers clearing, westerlies and an overnight low of a fairly chilly 5. And remember that you can plan your weekend activities with help from our weekend weather roundup with Met Service, and that's coming up straight after City News. For program listings and other info or to upload your images, check out our website, that's tvrotorua.co.nz. And remember to check out our Facebook page too, that's TV Rotorua of course. Still to come in tonight's program, we find out about some great events coming up over the coming weeks with Events and Venues Operations Manager Crispian Stewart, and we cover Wednesday night's 13th inaugural meeting of the Rotorua District Council.
Kia ora, welcome back to City News. Joining me now is Crispian Stewart. He's the Operations Manager of Events and Venues in Rotorua. He's going to let me know what's coming up in Rotorua that we can all get excited about. Kia ora, Crispian.
Yeah, hi.
Well, it's nice to see you again.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Been a while, I've been away, and I'd like you to catch me up on everything that I've got to look forward to and what I've missed out on, what development has happened.
Yeah, sure. So we've got some major events coming in the Rotorua International Stadium over the next 2 or 3 months. In a couple of weeks we'll have the YBOP Waikato football game, and they're playing against Canterbury. So they're bringing their women's and men's teams up. It's part of a national league, and it's a new franchise, so to speak, for football in the area to capture Waikato and the Bay of Plenty region. So hopefully we'll get a good following for that. 10th of November, Sunday, so look out for that one.
Good, that sounds exciting. Anybody that would like to get involved, how can they do that?
It's just gate sales. The main game kicks off at 1 o'clock for the women, and the men's at 3.
Okay, so it's all organised and ready to go
Brilliant,
down and watch. What about rafting? There's a lot of hype around rafting at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. We've got the World Rafting Champs, and that's also next month. Now that's a phenomenal event. We're looking at 70 teams from around the world, 30 different countries, and it's over a 2-week period, and we're hosting those on the Okere River, Rangataiki, and Tarawera rivers. And so it spans regionally. It's based in Rotorua. They're all staying at Wairiki, all the teams. A real local feel, and hopefully we can give them a welcome and an experience here that not only unique to rafting but to New Zealand, and hopefully to Rotorua though.
And the more that we can have events like that, no doubt the more our economy is going to grow, because people are going to come, they're going to bring their money, their families.
Yep. So particularly the rafting, we're looking at 700-800 overseas visitors. They'll stay for a 10 to 20 day period, and not only that, some of the teams are already here training. So I mean, it's really hard to put a measure on it, but it is certainly beneficial to the region. If
you had to put a measure on it,
yeah.
If you had to put a measure on it, if you put a dollar, give us a ballpark of what it does for our economy.
I must admit, that's probably quite unique for me. It's a new event for me. I'm normally involved with venues, so this is sort of outside on the rivers. I've been on a raft once, and now I'm looking after the world event, which is quite exciting. But
you've been on the raft once, and now you're taking care of the world event. Don't tell too many people that.
No, it's quite unique. We're very lucky. It's a real grassroots amateur sort of committee putting this together, but it's amazing, the passion. They want it to work. They've been to other world events around the South America and in Europe, but there's something about this event and this group of people that they actually can see it hopefully exceeding those other events, and hopefully a legacy item might be we can host this again in the short term.
And there's something very special coming that we haven't hosted before. 10 years it's been somewhere else. What is that?
Yeah, so January 11th and 12th in International Stadium will be the National Sevens Rugby Tournament. Now, it's been hosted in Queenstown the last 10 years. Rotorua and Bay of Plenty Rugby put together a compelling bid to host this for the next 2 years. So first year, and also combining it with the women's competition. So it's one of those events that potentially done well, we could build a bit of legacy for future.
I think that the younger generation here would definitely get into it, and the dressing up. Are you going to be promoting dressing up?
Yes, there'll certainly be some competitions out there, driven by Plenty Rugby. I won't forget their contribution to this has been massive. They were the successful body. We supported their bid, so certainly there are key people involved that are driving that. What I like about the Sevens is it's during the day, starts at midday till 8. It opens up a bigger market in terms of families. And during the day, we don't get a lot of daytime rugby in Rotorua with the TV audience really looking for the evening. So this is something unique.
And something else that is unique to Rotorua is Ragamuffin.
Yes, so that rolls around again for the 7th year, I think. Yes, so again, stronger than ever, and the sales. are exceeding last year's, which is great. It's a real funny market, the concert market, but again, Ragamuffin just seems to have a legacy we've talked about, just seems to keep rolling around, and some great support from the Australian promoters. Andrew McManus Presents, so he keeps coming back here. There's plenty of competition in other regions in New Zealand to host this, but Rotorua, reggae, Ragamuffin is just the perfect fit.
It is the perfect fit. Well, thank you. That's the perfect fit for our time for the interview.
Right.
We appreciate you giving up a bit of your busy day to come and have a chat with us. Thank you so much, Crispian Stewart, Operations Manager.
Thank you.
Your journey starts beneath southern skies, where glacier and ocean meet. A land where giant eagles once guarded the skies, where streams that run hot feed rivers that run cold, and where warrior princesses know how to warm your heart.
Rotorua District Council and the city's first female mayor were sworn in front of a packed council chamber. New Council Chief Executive Jeff Williams then took over proceedings and officially swore in Mrs Chadwick to a rapturous applause and a standing ovation.
I, Stephanie Ann Chadwick, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Rotorua District the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Rotorua District Council by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987 or any other act. One thing to be measured on jobs, increased investment and reduced debt. It's another to create a heartland city that is simply the best, where the rest of the country can't help but talk about us for the right reasons and where people come from around the world to see us for themselves, from the power city to the spa city. Let's recreate ourselves. Let's define a new attitude that expresses pride and a sense of place and purpose. Let's make this city buzz with excitement and expectation and keep that momentum going. That's where I'm heading. Why don't you all join us? Ko mā te wawa tūtoki engari mā te upoko pakaru. Persevere with determination. Don't be put off by the small obstacles. That's us, team. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Mrs Chadwick then swore in new Deputy Mayor Dave Donaldson, seconded by former Deputy Mayor Trevor Maxwell.
Worship and that Dave Donaldson be Deputy Mayor, and wish him all the best. Kia ora.
I put that motion to a vote. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Oh, contrary? Carried. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Worship. And can the minutes please be noted that I took no part in voting on that?
She then swore in the remaining 11 district councillors, including the newly elected Peter Bentley, Rob Kent and Tanya Tapsell. The new council then got on with business, with the first major agenda item being the council's annual report.
38. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, team and council, for our inaugural meeting. Great thrill for us all. We now all invite you to join us for drinks out in the Galleria. The meeting is closed. Kia koutou katoa, I hapai ana I tēnei kaupapa, e ngā rangatira, e ngā tūmoaki, e ngā iwi, e hōma, e te whānau, hui mai nei ki tēnei whare ki te kōrero I ngā me mahau. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. I stand before you today as the elected leader of the community that I love. The community that welcomed me as a visitor from Hawke's Bay. The community that has given me the opportunity and the challenge to show a new and different leadership for the next era of change in our wonderful place. John and I have lived here since 1975, when we returned from our OE. We had searched Aotearoa for a place in the sun, for a bicultural city on the move, a place to raise our children who can't be with us tonight, a place that could give us both the chance to contribute our talents and our skills as a midwife and a lawyer. Rotorua for us was the perfect place to be, and being the midpoint between Auckland and Wellington, it was the perfect stopover for our friends and family who were never far away, were they, neighbour? We set up House in Koutou, or as John called it, and liked to put it, in Lower Kawaha Point. And we gradually became immersed in community life, school boards, community trusts. Our three children, Eli, Hannah and Rama, went to local schools and then went on to gain degrees, travel the world, and they too returned to Aotearoa to raise their children and their families. We're blessed to have 6 mokopuna and 1 more on the way. I hope to deliver that last one. Our kids grew up with wonderful families who were very much part of the Rotorua community and who have always supported us in our various adventures. Dear friends like the Edwards, the Koutou Mafia of the Grants and the Puhas. They too, like us, were not from here, but we became a part of the Rotorua landscape. We had close links with Rohini Mutu through the Yates and Morrison whānau, and those friendships endure today. John Kenny was another mentor who was always ready for a chat and advice wisely given. Thank you for your support. But imagine their collective response when I entered central government with another phase of political life. My experiences in Wellington taught me perseverance, patience, the value of teamwork that we've got here today, and having stamina in order to survive and achieve goals. For this was the art of politics that I loved so much, just the art of how to get things done. I loved working under the leadership style of Helen Clark, and she remains significant to my style of leadership today. She's a heroine in my eyes, And getting out of the country to let John pick up from her after her term also taught me how to move on gracefully. We love this place, Rotorua, because it's been good to us. John has always described Rotorua as the only city in New Zealand that grew up around the park, and that's what has defined us in so many ways. Here's how to look at something with fresh eyes. We moved on from Kotu to live in Kawaha Point. As a reminder, John tells everyone that we now live in Upper Kotu. Going full circle, I've now come back to this power city with a kete full of wisdom, experience and skills that I've picked up along life's journey. My mission is to use that kete to lead Rotorua in its next exciting phase. I'll be focused on building a team of skilled and committed individuals to develop a broader and deeper sense of community involvement to make our dreams come true. Ko mā te wawa tūtoki engari mā te upoko pakaru. Persevere with determination. Don't be put off by the small obstacles. That's us, team. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
And that was Mayor Steve Chadwick outlining her vision at the 13th inaugural meeting of the Rotorua District Council on Wednesday night. If your organisation or community has a news event that TV Rotorua can support, you can call the channel here and talk with one of our team on 07 3488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for watching and having us at your place. Have a safe weekend. Ko Mārie.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News was brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.